Hey y'all, I am Chanel Timmons, writer, poet, author, editor, and also super excited host of Blurbs N Verbs. I want to welcome you to the very first episode of this brand new podcast honoring all things writing. This is going to be a really quick video, y'all. Just a little introduction to myself, to the space, and just to give a little rhyme and reason behind why I wanted to do this project in the first place. So this channel, this podcast is for writers, whether you are deep in the querying trenches, which is where I am right now, whether you are in the editing process of a whole novel, whether you write poetry, or whether or not you are just thinking about entertaining the thoughts of entering the world of writing, this space is for you. Blurbs N Verbs is here for us to gather in dialogue and conversation about all the writing things. We will be talking about craft, everything from dialogue, which is my forte. Like, if you want to learn how to create some dope dialogue, have you ever read a book and it just sounds like a whole ass conversation that you and your friends had just the other day? Or something you would say to your man, or something you would say to your girl, or something you would say to your mother. Like, if you want to learn how to really dig into dialogue that feels authentic, this is the spot where you want to be. And we'll also be covering world building, all the way to revision strategies, plot mapping, character development. All of the craft type things will be discussed here at Blurbs N Verbs. I'll also be taking you behind the scenes. I'm on a journey to getting my debut novel, Synchrony, published. And I'm well on the journey. So I finished writing my first draft in July on my birthday. And I just inaccurately thought that that was it. I couldn't have really thought that. Couldn't have really. But some piece of my brain thought, I wrote this 363-page novel. That's it. I'm done. Ma'am, there's so much that goes into getting a novel bookshelf ready, publishing ready, from all the number of revisions, edits, beta readings, writing a synopsis, which is what I am stressing about right now these days. So I'm also going to take you on that journey with me of getting this novel published, because I feel like it shouldn't be hidden behind a veil. You know, I scoured literally YouTube looking for podcasts that focus on not only just craft, but that kind of dig into an honest conversation about what this writing world is. And I found a handful. I found a handful of top-notch content, not many that were hosted by folk who look like me. And representation is very important to me. And I'm not saying that I'm the only content creator, because I'm not. There are a few brilliant writers of color who are pumping out great content for writers. And I just kind of want to join in on that party and make it a larger party, and hopefully encourage others to do the same. And I started this channel, this YouTube, this podcast, honestly, because I needed that. The writing process often feels isolated. And as an OG introvert, because nowadays it's hip. Do people even say hip? It's a cool thing to label yourself as an introvert. Everyone wants to be introverted. I've been introverted since 1983. That's 42 years ago. I was born into this world of introvert. I'm probably going to leave out of this world of introvert. I'm going to go into the next world of introvert. So I love being in my little writer's dungeon, surrounded by all of my bookish things. But sometimes it does get a little lonely, and I want to hear from, speak with, be in dialogue with other folks who are on this journey. And so I was like, hey, why not try it? Let's see what I can do. This channel is for writers to carve out your voice. If you are a lover of speculative fiction and horror, magical realism, or genre blending work, you're probably going to be into this podcast, because that's what I write, that's what I read. But that's also not all of the genres that I'll be covering. If you are self-taught, if you are traditionally taught. I did a master's program at Mills College. So I've got lots of traditional training, but that's not where the buck stops, right? Like, you don't have to have a degree to be a writer. The only pre-qualification that I think, the only prerequisite that I fully believe in, that you honest to goodness need to be a solid writer, is you need to be an avid reader. So I'm sure I'll talk books. I will talk, we've already said that I'll cover craft. Oh, what I'm really excited about, y'all, is the author spotlights. So I have been building my community of authors, self-published and traditionally published novelists, poets, essayists, short story writers. I've been building my community of writers, and I've been putting little feelers out there for folks who are interested in being interviewed on this podcast. So I am so excited to elevate authors, primarily writers of color, who I feel like deserve the spotlight. You know, it can often be difficult in the publishing world for writers of color, and I'm gonna just call a thing a thing. It's often real not colorful in these spaces and in these rooms, and I am for sure down to change that. So what you can expect from this podcast, I've already gone over craft talks, little bite-sized lessons on topics like dialogue, character arcs, plot mapping, how to strengthen your pacing, tone, revision strategies, all of that. We're for sure gonna dig into that. My own personal pulling back the veil, my real-time process as I finish Synchrony and deliver it over to you all. What's working for me as I'm writing it, as I'm revising, what's falling apart, and how I fix it. Author spotlights, writing hacks and tips, just all the things you can imagine. I am so excited to dig into it. I believe storytelling is sacred, y'all. And I believe writers, especially writers from historically excluded identities and backgrounds, we need more platforms that honor our imaginations and not just our trauma. So if that's you, or if that's something you are interested in, if you are here to refine your craft, if you are here to meet other authors who are digging into the work, welcome. This is a space of practice and possibility, and I am just super glad to be here. So if this sounds like your kind of space, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, hit that little bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it with all of your writer and or bookish friends. I've got some juicy episodes lined up, including a segment that I think I'm going to call. I've been toying on naming my segments, and I think I'm going to call one of them Bylines and Beyond. For those of you who are fans of my good sis T.S. Madison and her podcast, she does a segment called Talk Your Shit, and that's what I want Bylines and Beyond to be about. It's not all about what you've gotten published. That is an important piece if you are interested in entering the publishing world. I want y'all to come on here and talk your shit about all the bylines that you have, but it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. It really does. It's all about what you want to create and get in and put out into the world, and your process of doing so. So I'm super excited about that segment, y'all. I'm just excited about this whole thing. Yeah, so hopefully you will come back for the next episode and dig into this journey with me.